respect in a relationship, someone is just being used. It's more of a service than a love partnership. This is why the feelings of emptiness are so great. You're looking to your relationship for a sense of support. How does that not happen when there's no respect, but the exact opposite happens and you sense a loss of support? And sooner or later, staying in a relationship where you're not respected will also cost you your own self-respect. Since self-honoring is virtually impossible when you consistently follow somebody, especially your significant someone, to dishonor you, it can only attract more misery down the road. There's no question that mutual respect is the foundation of any happy and strong relationship. All good things that come, including real depth of feeling and willingness to prioritize each other, come from mutual reverence and regard for your loved one. This kind of respect can take the connection to incredible heights and make it a profoundly spiritual one. Yet without it, your relationship will turn into one struggle after another. You're not taking the easy way out by choosing to stay in a relationship that's devoid of respect. In reality, that choice is the longest, hardest road you can travel. You deserve much more, such as knowing that you have the good opinion of your partner. You also deserve the sharing and caring that comes from equal partners prioritizing each other. Algorithm. 5, 4, 3. Yeah, man, that's the best. That's the best news around town, dude. In fact, the only way you can achieve the kind of reciprocity of the healthy relationship calls for is to begin with mutual respect. Remember that stealing beer, mutual respect. Reciprocity is a balance within a relationship. It starts with the fundamental assumption that by each person that you are two equal partners. Ow! You may be eligible to maintain a connection without these ingredients, but don't kid yourself about having a real relationship. When people come to me for relationship counseling, I start by asking 2 questions. Do you respect your partner? Does your partner respect you? I start with these questions because if there's no respect on the part of one of the partners, it's likely that the other partner will take the relationship away. Ouch. Believe it or not, almost everything else needed in a relationship can be taught at both with Kate and Amy Smith. So both people are willing to learn. The relationship didn't start with respect, however. It was never really a relationship at all. It was entered for the wrong reason. It was intended as something else, probably acquisition, manipulation, or usury. This is always why I tell my dating clients to be very aware of any signs of disrespect. I'm always amazed, however, at the amount of clients, especially women, have been willing to disregard those signs. They think that all the respect will get better once they're married. Never make the assumption. It's hard to maintain respect as time goes on, never mind having to establish it as the infatuation wears off. Trust me, been there, done that. There's nothing more lonely than a relationship when you're not respected. Your time together is empty, filled with dread and apprehension. So if you're one of those people who thinks that a relationship is better than no relationship, it's not. That'll just dishonor you. See, I went there. But the universe may just be sending you something to educate you on this matter. It's educational. The respect in a relationship with someone is just being used. The wonder ballroom, dude. The characteristics of equality and attitude of equality is born out of a profound recognition of your own self-worth with an equal acknowledgement of the worth of others. In this state, you're never powerless, and you'll never need to be falsely empowered. You are self-empowered, and you're delighted by the thought that others are empowered too. People who feel aware are aware of the power because they know that it comes from their spirit, their sacred source of origin. This connection with the divine source is to see the most magnetic energy possible, the energy of reverence. Reverence is the most stimulating quality of the law of harmony. If you truly want to be in that magical place where the universe is harmonized with your every wish, you must develop the art of reverence. This includes reverence for yourself, reverence for others, and for your personal growth and development. Reverence is the conscious acknowledgement and appreciation of the sacred origin of all people and things. Reverence for the divine is the first order of business. It's that connection that helps you identify your own inherent specialness. Even if you falsely believe it, no other reason to love yourself. Knowing that you're a child of God gives you the most important reason of all. Next is self-resonance, which is the source of your own peace of mind and your own peaceful interaction with others. It liberates you from frantic striving and competition and generates a peace of mind that's inexhaustible. Without self-reverence, both power and balance are lost. You're out of the sacred loop, distancing yourself from the ultimate power that's available in your own sacred identity. Instead of rhythm and flow, there's stagnation and resistance. The rest of the world keeps moving to a divine resonance that gets further and further outside your reach, causing you to grasp and even strive more. Finally, reverence for others stimulates the law of harmony because it frees us from conflict. With reverence in our hearts, we can stop living in fear and judgment and let go of the need to accumulate and control. So much of our lives is spent in turmoil. Reverence also helps us approach life with three other qualities of life: tolerance, acceptance, and compassion. These are the hallmark of a life of reverence. An attitude of acceptance isn't compelled to devalue, dissect, or destroy. An attitude of tolerance is flexible and flowing, without the need to control. With tolerance and acceptance, we can focus on similarities instead of differences and can open our hearts to compassion. We no longer need to force our agenda on others. We can be peace of our own individuality and comfortable with the individuality of others. This allows us to see our interconnectedness, which is the undiluted source of our universal blessings. Quantum physics shows that all life is connected. These connections, wave meeting wave, consciousness meeting consciousness, making up the harmonic workings of the universe. It's the connectedness that causes our own resonance to blend with the natural movement and music of life. Only by becoming connected through tolerance and acceptance, not disconnected through judgment, can we move into this harmonic flow and partake in its bounty. Change your energy now. All reverence requires a relentless refusal to judge. Judgment itself creates internal conflict and takes away the acceptance we're looking for. Judgment of others sabotages our intent because we can't help but eventually place the same judgments and conditions upon ourselves. So changing our patterns of judgments must become a top priority if we want to tap into the magical law of universal harmony. Judgment of others sets us apart instead of empowering us. Criticism only disenfranchises us. We must aggressively intervene on our critical tendencies and see past the surface in everyone, not just in those we approve of. Never reach our goals alone. In some way, we are always assisted by others. Being disenfranchised puts us at cross purposes. Of course, it's important to remember that being sympathetic and compassionate isn't the same as being passive and submissive. Our sympathy and compassion must extend to ourselves too, or at least the feelings of inferiority, just as the lack of compassion for others generates feelings of superiority. Real compassion comes from a safe heart and a gentle, caring attitude. This is what being in harmony is all about. There's a reciprocity of our energy. In exchange on our love, we give reverence to all that we see and all that we're blessed in. Our attentions are revere. All things spreads waves of joys and fills our universe with gratitude. And the universe reciprocates, giving us a magical life where our difficulties are resolved much easier and happiness is multiplied beyond our expectations. This is the state of harmony. To find out, you must equal to the task. Learning to love. When you commit to a spiritual relationship with another human being, you begin to see that what is necessary to the health of your partnership is identical with what is necessary to the spiritual growth, that each of you holds the piece that the other is missing. The elements of the law apply to all your relationships. The resonance, how you connect with others, goes a long ways toward determining how smoothly your life flows. Since your love relationship is one of the most primary relationships in your life, it's also one of the strongest factors of your harmonic resonance in our world. Healthy relationships are made of relatively sound and responsible people who know that to make the connection work, they need to put forth some effort, prioritize the other person and the partnership itself, In fact, pretty much any relationship is salvageable if both parties are willing to work at it. The 3 R's of respect: respect, reciprocity, and real communication.